Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're cracking open the official playbook, the state-certified training manual for private security officers, to really deconstruct what their job is, and maybe more importantly, what it isn't. You see them pretty much everywhere, right? In office buildings, malls, at events. But what do they actually do? Well, to get to the heart of it, we have to start by tackling the single biggest misconception there is about private security. So let's tackle that head-on with a question pulled straight from the official Texas Level 2 Security Officer exam. This is literally question number 1. It's a simple true or false. A security officer has the same authority as a peace officer. What do you think? Yeah, the answer is a big flashing lights false. And, understanding exactly why it's false, well, that's pretty much the key that unlocks their entire purpose and function. Okay, so if they're not just police officers in a different uniform, what are they? Well, the training materials themselves break their job down into 3 core pillars, and we're going to walk through them, starting with what is by far the most important one. All right, so pillar number 1 is to observe and report. Now, that might sound kind of passive, but according to the state training, this is their most critical function. It's not really about enforcement, it's all about awareness and documentation. And the manual puts it perfectly right here. Their greatest tool isn't a weapon or handcuffs. It's just their presence. Simply being there acts as a deterrent. And their most essential task is to be a credible witness, to create an accurate, detailed record of everything that happens on their watch. And this right here, this just drives that point home. A good report has to be clear, accurate, and legible for a really good reason. It's not just some memo for their boss. It's the primary product of their work. And as the manual notes, it can actually be used as official evidence in a court of law. That's a big deal. So if their main job is to watch and write things down, what are they actually protecting? Well, that brings us to pillar number 2, protect and deter. And the answer to that question is incredibly specific. What's really interesting on this slide is that word specific. A police officer's jurisdiction is public, the whole city, the whole county. But a security officer's authority is totally private. It's contractual. They are there to protect specific people and specific property, and that's it. This is a crucial concept from the training called site assigned to only. It basically means their authority stops cold at the property line. So if an officer sees a crime happening across the street, their training is explicit. You do not leave your post. Your duty is to observe, report what you see, and call the police. And all of this limited authority brings us straight to the 3rd and final pillar, professional conduct. Because when a security officer can't command or compel someone like the police can, their most effective tool becomes professional communication. I just love this quote from the manual. The entire goal is to get voluntary compliance. They need to persuade people to follow the rules without actually having the authority to force them. And how do you do that? It's through asking, not demanding. It's about respect, not intimidation. The training even lays out this clear 3-step process for resolving conflict. First, you listen, and not just to the words, but to the tone. Second, you empathize. You try to see it from their side to de-escalate the whole situation. And only then, as the 3rd step, do you use professional language to seek their cooperation. So let's bring all 3 of these pillars together and just put the 2 roles side by side. This direct comparison, which comes straight from the training materials, makes the distinction absolutely crystal clear. Okay, so this is where it all clicks into place. The authority to arrest. A security officer, just like any of us, can only make a citizen's arrest for a serious offense that happens right in their view. A peace officer can act on probable cause. Their duty. A security officer's is to a private client. A peace officer's is to the public. And maybe the most important part, a security officer is not required to apprehend someone. A peace officer is. So when you boil it all down, a security officer's role isn't defined by force, but by presence. The job isn't so much about action. It's about observation, professionalism, and some really skilled communication, all within a really strict set of boundaries. Their job is one of immense responsibility, but also one of even greater restraint. It's a reality that is far more nuanced and, frankly, a lot more complex than the common myth would have you believe.